Hello, friends. It is 3 o'clock Central, I think, and it is 3 o'clock Central, and this is our one, two, three, fourth live of the day. We are back reviewing more products from the catalog, and we have lots of paper in this section of the review. So I'm gonna flip. No, I'm not flipping anything. I'm changing cameras. I don't know why that is so confusing for me. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm gonna take us back bef before we start where we left off. I'm taking us back to page 19, and I want you to notice up here, here. Okay, let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on, please. There. Look at the detail. Heck, it was there and then it was not, is it? Come on. It's trying. Dang it. Ah, it's because I can't stand still enough. Anyway, this is an embossed brick 3D, no, exposed brick 3D embossing folder. I'm not going to try and say that again. Um, exposed brick 3D embossing folder. And it is so cool looking. Oh, that's too. Isn't that gorgeous? Very rustic looking. Yeah. So, that's not part of a suite, but I meant to show it earlier and forgot. It is a 3D folder, which means you need to use the platform and then just the special plate. I can't think of what number it is, but anyway, okay, so the brick folder. Now I'm going to jump ahead to where we left off, which was, okay, we left off at the Just My Type stamp set. So we're going to start in at the Earthen Elegance suite. And guys, I love this so much. I love the deep jewel tones with the earth tones, and I think that is just gorgeous. Um, this is a cling stamp set. It's got lots of detail in the stamp, and sometimes that's just something that the red rubber does better uh, than the photopolymer. So I'm going to ask you, thank you so much for commenting. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. If you scroll up to where the description of the video is, there's a little line that says I'm broadcasting with Ecamm Live, and there's a link for you to click on that will allow Facebook Ecamm to share your name, because all I can see from my side is Facebook user. I don't know who's talking to me. So if you do that, that'd be awesome. Okay, so I don't have this whole suite yet. What I do have is the paper because I'm including it in my designer series paper share. So I wanted to have as much of those available to share to show you as I could. So this is the beautiful paper. Okay, so it's called Earth and Elegance, Copper Clay, Gray Granite, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color scheme. And so they're showing 6, and I got 1. Gray Granite, I think, is not mentioned here. That's the only one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, yeah, gray granite is the only one that's not mentioned here. All right, let's take a look at these. I don't know which way this needs to go, but look at how gorgeous this is. Oh, you can't even tell. It's got so much depth to it. It's just beautiful. Um, I mean, it truly has it's not metallic like copper, but the color is very copper. And then this beautiful blue on the other side that's got lots of depth to it as well. So if I get closer, can you see the color a little bit? It's just gorgeous. And this is going to make some beautiful cards with this stamp set and so many more. Think of the masculine cards as, okay, as I say that and as I pick up the mauve piece, right? Um, but this texture, okay, so here is one that is much more gray. So the masculine cards that you can make with these, I just I love the texture. So I love when the paper has it, when we give it with adding layers to it. This pretty peacock is just stunning. Oh, wow. So can y'all see? So this has kind of got a bit of a border to it, and then almost kind of a denim look on this side. It's definitely blue and gray. Oh my gosh, this looks like pottery. So I have a cousin who is married a potter. They live near my mom and dad, and actually he was the first one to move to that area with his family. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So another one with a border. So this pattern and this pattern, and then some middle that doesn't have as much detail. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so you can see. Okay, or not. There you go. Now you can see the full sheet. Wow, that is a scrapbook page if I've ever saw one. If I've ever seen one. If I've ever saw one. Goodness gracious. Um, so beautiful. Oh my. Wow. This, look at this. So this has all the colors in it. Okay. Here's some mauve, peacock, pebbled path. This looks gray. Yeah, pebbled path, copper. Wow. So amazingly beautiful, beautiful colors in this and textures. Just a beautiful pack of paper. Let's see if I can. I've touched all the edges. Why can't I find the one that's open? Okay, seriously. I've Michelle proofed it. Maybe that doesn't take so much. I can see you, Hope. Thank you. Man, yeah, that's just gonna be gorgeous. Okay, I'll put that one aside. Um, but the samples here are just gorgeous. Um, the die cutting the the pot here out of that one designer series paper. Look at that. It's just stunning. So with the dies, you've got quite a bit here. So you've got you cut out all of these images, kind of a cool font for the greetings, and then you've got these. Oh, I don't even know what to call those. Um, I don't even know. Look at this one. I'll just change the subject. Um, so this die cuts and scores so that you can texture it further and make that 3D fan look for it. And they've done some jute, not jute, is it jute? Well, the trim, it's a wavy trim is what it's called. And they've used it to give even more texture. It's just amazingly gorgeous. Um, so many things to do with this. So I didn't order this yet because it it wasn't calling spring or summer to me, but it is really high on my list. In fact, it was in my cart and then it went right off my out of my cart. Nature sprays. Thank you. Oh wow. Okay, so I need to order it soon, huh? Um, So looking at the next page, I didn't get this yet, but I'm so happy to see so many choices for working with my card ministry at church. So here are these tall, skinny greetings, and then these stamps to make borders, to hug the greeting, if you will. Um, just beautiful scripture here. I can't wait for my church to see these. And this was um, a stamp set, a million sales achiever, Natalie Travis. So very cool. All right, Hope, we're going to have to replicate that, aren't we? Um, then over here in these samples, so this is a stamp set that carried over, but the samples, I want to point out that this one has a layer using the radiating stitches dies, and that is one of the online exclusives. This is just so sweet. I mean, this mm. um, this is, I think, okay, so here we've used, oh no, look how cool this is. So it's light colored, but it's got made the circle with two pieces of the greenery and then connected them with the dots. So that's page 73 if you're playing along. So that's this, and then stamped this twice. So this is going to be a really cool stamp set to work with. Um, yes, the scripture I think is just beautiful. Okay, so in the back up here, we've got a set of dies. These are the elegant border dies. Um, and I think these are carried over. I did not get these, but that's what they've done here to create the border. I'm not even going to try and pick it up. I know it won't show up. But that's what they've done here to create the border, and they're really pretty. Um, okay, the next page is this Time Together bundle. And this is pretty, it's just different. I love the florals, but I love that we have so many different things in this catalog as well. Um, so this thing that I can't name right now. Oh my gosh. Um, it has stamps so that you can stamp the sand traveling through, right? But it's also got a die, this heart-shaped die that um, die cuts all these tiny hearts to give you the option of making some confetti and doing, kind of a shaker card effect here. I mean, it could be a shaker card, absolutely, or it could just look like a shaker. So this is super cool where they've stamped the heart, this heart here, and then added the sand coming through, and then the actual die cut hearts. Very cool. And then you can see here where they used these stamps and stamped the sand at the top and the bottom, and then these gorgeous flowers here. So really pretty, and very different. Time has a wonderful way of showing us what really matters. That's, greetings speak to our hearts, don't they? And look at this banner and then the stamps that go with it. This is a photopolymer set, and the dies will actually fit in the mini as well. The mini machine will pull out, if I can remember. Country Bouquet carried over. It has punches that coordinate with it. We have Everlasting Beauty. This is really pretty. An anniversary stamp set, great for coloring or not, just beautiful line art that you can use. Um, Here's to Love, so I have a new wedding stamp set. And then I love this just big, bold greetings and, many occasions here. Thank you. I'm thinking of you with sympathy and a celebration. So this is beautifully colored here. And then here's one of these line art images of the bride that's not colored at all. It's just stamped on colored cardstock. Here's one that's embossed. Really, really pretty here. Now, Gone Fishing. This will arrive, I don't know, sometime in the next 2 weeks probably. I do have the paper, but I don't have I don't have the stamp set and the dies yet, but this is so cool. My dad was a fisherman in his youth, I guess we'll say, and fished in bass tournaments. We traveled all over the Southeast, going to tournaments, and that every summer that was what we did just about every weekend if Dad could convince my mom, and that meant camping, which was a huge amount of work for her. Um, but this is awesome. So we're going to need to do at least some Father's Day cards. I love this tackle box die. I think that we could do so much more with it for like framed pieces or uh, almost look like a printer's tray with it. Just there are just so many options, and if I can see it, anybody can see it, right? And then we have another embossing folder here. This one is called Twisted Rope, and it's like I said, this is coming in the next box, which I don't think has left. And you may be noticing that too. It is April 4th was the largest day for sales in Stampin' Up history. So things are taking a little bit longer to get out the door. It's a wonderful problem to have, but it can be a little frustrating if you're not expecting that. You can pay for expedited shipping. Second day is about $23 extra, and it will get it here in 2 days as long as you place your order by noon central on that day, on that business day. So you can, decide how quickly you need to get something. But know that it could be as long as 12 days before your order gets out the door if you choose regular shipping. Um, these colors are just gorgeous. All right, let's talk about the colors in the paper. Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, Very Vanilla, and Wild Wheat. So huge amount of colors in this, which, fish have a lot of colors, don't they? Um, the dies are going to cut out the images. Looks like there's a die for every image, plus that tackle box and some like water, which plaid on the other side. So this has definitely got some wheat to it. This has got flies. My dad is not a fly fisherman, but I wonder, maybe that's just not something we have a lot of places to do fly fishing, because he used to make his own rods. With the silk and this huge form for twisting the rod that every last one of us broke toes on and stubbed our feet and flew across the room. Might have been where I learned my first ugly words. So this has got this has got a deep green, and this is looking kind of gray brown. Beautiful. Ooh, look at this. Lots more of the flies, the good flies, the fish that they're not buzzing around us. And then a geometric pattern on the other side. A little bit of that will go a long way. That makes me dizzy. Beautiful water here. So all these blues. And then a map here. Let's see if I can identify. Well, every time I think I've got a word, I don't. So here are the fishing rods and line and hooks. Cool. And then some knotted rope net. Here's some netting. And some gorgeous blue fish. Oh, and some almost denim planks. Yeah, Dad did he make lures? I don't know that he made, I guess he did because he had, all the worms he would do. He definitely would do that. But the thing I remember most are the rods because the form for that, was, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet long. And then it had, parts that stuck up that the rod threaded through. And it was extremely heavy wood. And while he was letting it dry, right, because he coat it protectively, oh, it was in the middle of the floor. So we all tripped over it, ran into it. We didn't have a big house, so if you came in the back door, or the front, if he put it in front of, what am I trying to say? The back door had the den, and that's usually where he worked. And so coming in the back door, you'd have to step over it or trip over it. And if he put it in the front room, the living room, then you couldn't get out the front door without hitting it. We should have burned that thing. Okay. I think these are so cute. And I think I have at least one of these coming in the new box. But the Supremely Awesome, they're just fun stamps, and the examples are amazing. Um, you've got a Pizza My Heart, so cute with pizza pieces and stamped on the card base. This one has that little checkerboard behind it with the tall pizza chef, pizza baker, whatever he is. Um, too cute. Then the construction zone. Okay, Hope, you saw that, right? I know you did. Got a forklift and all these just very traditional um, construction vehicles. Too cute. And then a science version over here. Um, you've got some beakers, you have a microscope, a clipboard. So that could come in handy on lots of different cards. Cells, um, the planets in orbit. Is that how we say that? So too cute, these 3 stamp sets. Um, Next Destination. I think this is a beautiful set. Lots of detail here in this sample in particular. And then here is that fishing paper is used here. And then here's that embossing folder and the He's the Man stamps over here. The atom molecule. Is that what that is? Yeah, I think you're right. Makes a whole lot more sense that way. Science was not my thing. I majored in economics. Sweet and Precious. This is new. Then He's All That. That carried over. I just love this giraffe. Mama giraffe kissing her baby. The sloth made it twice into the catalog. The Oceanfront, the scene builder, that has carried over. And then the Grassy Grove. Remember, this coordinates with some amazing dies. And these really pretty, great fun layering with these pieces. Wild and Sweet has carried over. And then we have the Stargazing Suite Collection, which has the bundle and some really cool paper. And I thought that this paper was in my, this paper you can't see, this paper I thought was in my box as well, but it wasn't. So I'm guessing it's coming in the next box. Um, but this is this paper. I did not get the bundle, and I'm not sure that I will. Um, but it's pretty cool. If I had a kid that was interested in space or in the Air Force, maybe, but super, super cool. Look at the dies. You've got planets and um, rings, the astronaut, the rocket, the space shuttle. I don't know what to call it. This paper is so, so cool. Look at this. The colors. We have a ton of colors. Look at this, guys. Black, berry burst, blackberry bliss, blueberry bushel, crushed curry, flirty flamingo, fresh freesia, lemon lime twist, night of navy, orchid oasis, pumpkin pie, starry sky, Tahitian tide. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different colors in this paper pack. It's just gorgeous. See, I don't even like orange, and that's beautiful. Another starry sky, but it has lots of purples, dark purples, violets with it. Pretty star. This is that darker than it's looking on my screen, I think. Look at that with the pinks and the purples and the very dark colors. Some amazing scrapbook pages out of this. Then here are your planets. You should be able to cut these out with the dies. Make some very cool cards, and you can see there are some amazing samples there as well. And that's black and very, very dark, not blue. And then so cool. These are just gorgeous. You get some of the lemon lime twist, and then some planets in different colors as well. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So, so amazing paper. The holographic specialty paper, it's a trio. We'll get the details of that as we get to the paper section. Legendary Ride, that was in the mini catalog and carried over. On the Ocean, the same. Beside Me, another one that carried over. Then we have new stamp sets, new bundles on pages 90 and 91. Fun on Wheels. This is so cute. It's got a skateboard and a scooter and 2 different bicycles. And this map. I love this map. But very, very cool. Lots of fun things that you could do there. And this is pretty cool that they've done the shops paper and then the bikes die cut. And I told you before that the shops appealed to me in large part because of the store that my aunt and uncle had, the building that they had on the square. When they had a hardware store on the main floor of that building, the upstairs was part of it. The upstairs was the bike room where they repaired bikes that were brought in. So that's lots of great memories for me with this. This bundle, I don't have it yet, but this is adorable and so many possibilities. I love this big easel. Um, the the dies are amazing, guys. There's a paper trimmer, and it actually cuts a slit so you can slide a piece of paper through it. The scissors are in two pieces so that you can build your scissors. Here's the paper trimmer over here. Um, the cut and emboss machine. Um, the paper trimmer even has a tiny little blade for you to rest on it. Um, it's yeah, you can see here where they've taken a piece of paper and actually slid it through the paper trimmer and put the blade on it so that you can see it there. And somebody I know had even taken an embossing folder and embossed something and used with this as well. So really fun stuff happening there. I need to see how far I'm supposed to go in this version. Okay, how long have we been going? Okay, we're at 30 minutes. Enjoy the Rhythm carried over. Brewed for You, I think was in the annual catalog last year. Then we have a new Gamer's Birthday set. And notice the die up in the corner. This is called Patchwork Pieces dies. It is not part of a bundle, but it does some cool things like this, creates that background. Um, so we're going to see lots of cool things with that set of dies. I love this that they didn't feel that they had to fussy cut this out. Not that fussy cutting is bad, but you don't always have to, and they didn't here. They just layered it, created a background. This one used some masking, it looks like, to create the two pieces of this controller. I hope it's a controller. I don't even know anymore. Then we get to the Inked Botanicals suite, and this has got Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, and Pool Party, and reminds me of something that we had a while back, and then some Lost Lagoon ribbon in the suite. I absolutely love the um, the look of this stamp. They are cling stamps, and the bundle includes two punches. So it's a $60.25 bundle, but these two punches are in large part why it's a little more expensive. But big images, and they just create such a pretty background. This reminds me of darn, I can't think of the name of it. It had, oh, I could probably go and pull the card. I loved the card we made, one of the cards we made with that. Okay, well, another moment perhaps. Layering Leaves is another $1 million Achiever stamp set. This is Rachel Tessman's stamp. Some cool greetings, all occasion, and then two-step stamping if you want, or just use the line art or color them. Lots of options there. A little bit of splatter to go along with it. Doesn't have dies, but it does coordinate with the bow punch. So I wonder if that fits. I'm going to grab the bow punch. Hold on. The bow punch, the bow punch. What do you want to call it? Oh, I think it does. I think it's going to, this is, that either one of these will fit right here. So that's pretty cool. Go to greetings. This is pretty awesome. This carried over, but if you don't have it, you'll notice that it's like just a note is done 3 ways. Thank you, done 3 ways. Happy birthday, done 3 ways. And thinking of you, done 3 ways. And then a small hello. So this is pretty awesome to have on hand when you need a greeting. Oh, I wanted to point out up here, we have another hybrid embossing folder. It is called Delightful Doily, and it's not part of a bundle, so we'll want to check that out when we get to the dies as well. The Bottled Happiness has carried over, and then we have this Bold Bouquet, which is a new floral bundle, and got this really bold happy birthday here. I love this thanks for blessing my life. Some pretty cool, they could be standalone, and it looks like they would also, that one's going to cut, yeah, these actually all cut out, but it looks like you might have some that you could use as standalone as well. And then check out this die here. This is Petal Patterns die. This is on page 165, and you can see it's given the background here. How cool is that? And looks like there as well. So pretty cool stuff there. Wildlife Wonder has carried over. And then check this out. We have a Scenic Wonders. And these just create the scenes. And we've got some samples over here. And it's 7 stamps. So I figured out this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one that looks like it's 3 is really just one single stamp doing that. But you can create lots of depth and layers with these, as you can see they've done on these 2 samples here. Seaside Bay carried over from the mini catalog. You might remember that beautiful paper that it had. And guys, that's where we're going to stop this time around. So we'll pick up at 5 o'clock and finish up the catalog there. There is another door prize post that is going to door prize post opportunity that is going to post at the top of the hour, and then I'll be back at 5 to finish up the catalog, and then talk about the paper share, the designer series paper share, and some extra class kits that I have on hand that you might be interested in purchasing as well. So we've made it through the majority of the catalog at this point, and I will see you back here in just under an hour and a half. So take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.